Good morning, boomers. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's biggest cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in. Bitcoin, Cardano, Tezos, the altcoins are shooting back up. Specifically, Tezos is booming. And I came across some information here with Cardano that might get some of you guys excited. Shout out to the concurrent viewers here in the box. Make sure you're touching them. Subscribe, like, post notification, ding, ding, ding. Stay tuned in to the good words that we spread here daily. Shout out to Dominic, Jojo Wave, and the rest of the boomers there in the box. Jojo was dropped me a comment there. I think it was you saying Chainlink has decoupled from Bitcoin. Chainlink is booming. Okay, and let me throw Chainlink in this title too, because it's booming. I'm putting Chainlink in this title. I don't know if it's decoupled from Bitcoin, but it's outperformed Bitcoin. That's for sure. It's done better. Michael Toth from Slovakia is here. Shout out to Michael. All the boomers are populating the chat box. Indeed, touch the buttons, guys. Like, subscribe, post notifications. Make sure you let the globe know that you're here tuning in with the best of them, with the cryptomaniac soldiers, the original boomers. Okay, I know there's a boomer meme going around, but we've been booming since before the meme boomed. Okay? Kaboom. Get it correct. Remember where you heard it first. Let's check out today's math. Let me turn off these coins to show the display. Bitcoin right back up, springing back into action. We were at 96 yesterday during the broadcast, and it was a 50-50 whether we would go up or down. And we're springing right back up. Things are strong, guys. Things are strong. And like I've said, whether we go up or down on the short term, I think this midterm trajectory is bullish. Yes, sir. Link is a heavy hitter this year with more games to come, says Jojo. Listen, it's not only this year. Last year as well, Chainlink performed like a slugger. And, we've been focusing on Chainlink since it was like 30 cents. So, kaboom. Now it's above $4. Now it's, if it's not at an all-time high, it's definitely close to its all-time high pricing. After they announced this Google partnership, it seems like things are kapumping. One of the most heaviest memed coins out there. So don't sleep. Let's check out today's mathematics over there on CoinMarketCap to see how healthy or ill things are looking. As eToro smashes me with an ad via Brave browser. How many am I getting now during all the live broadcasts? At least 4 of them, right? 4 or 5. I would say about 3 to 4, I would say. Ads where I'm earning BAT tokens just for cruising here on the internet, for surfing them. So guys, download that Brave right now. I'm shilling it, of course. Yes, I am. I'm getting $5 if you keep it installed for 30 days. But why? Because not only is the $5, but it works. It really works. Profit. Those are the coins I'm looking at. Shout out to you. A lot of things are in the green right now. A lot of things are looking like profit right now. You got the market cap at 296. I would like to see this over 300 billion, excuse me. Bitcoin dominance at 62.3. It's a good sign. You haven't seen altcoins being sold off back into Bitcoin. In fact, they're basically holding their bags there. The dominance at 62. If anything, maybe Bitcoin dominance decreases. Ether at 281. You know how I feel about Ether. I think this one may just pump this year. There's a discrepancy between its all-time high and its current price. I feel like there is some room to grow. Ripple at 29 cents. Bitcoin Cash at 413. That's another one that has a large difference between its all-time high and its current price. Satoshi Vision is the wild card, the joker of crypto here. I don't even want to talk about this. Litecoin at $77. That's another one that has a large difference between the all-time high and its current price. EOS looking good there at $458, almost at $5. Binance as well, $23. Binance looking strong. And then, of course, Tezos, which is probably the performer of the year. I think it's outperformed Chainlink, if I'm not mistaken. Tezos is up almost 12%. This thing can't stop, won't stop. Staking and baking. And baking is what they're calling it. So this is a smart contract platform that allows users to stake as opposed to Ether, which is just promising, and EOS, which has you lock it up on some Rex smart contract. Tezos appears to promise more returns for staking, I believe. And is it easier or what? I think you can easily stake on Coinbase now. And of course, you got Chainlink, guys. It's up 6.7%. Don't act like we didn't talk about Chainlink. I know Jojo is very bullish on Chainlink. And listen, the only reason that I'm not really riding the Chainlink train as hard as I did before is because I think that it's, since it's already around the all-time highs, right now it needs to outperform. It needs to break all-time high records, as opposed to something like Ether or Bitcoin Cash that is clearly still have a lot of room to grow. Now, I don't know if there is or isn't room to grow with Chainlink. Some are saying it's on a path to 10. Others are saying it's on a path to 20. But we just never been there. So, I mean, while it could or could not be true, we just don't know. As opposed to something like ETH. If, you tell me, guys, ETH just hit 600. It's not unbelievable. It's something that it has conquered in the past. Remember, all-time high for ETH is 1,400. Okay, so, I think there's something there, especially when it comes to the blue chip coins. If the coin is not going to go away, I think that the possibility of it getting closer to the all-time high is there, okay? Not that it's going back to all-time highs, but, it could gain a little weight. You got Ether still at 280. That one may go up. Something like Bitcoin Cash. What's the all-time high with Bitcoin Cash? I think it was like 3,000 at one point. Let me make sure if I'm correct here. All-time high coin index. You got Bitcoin Cash all-time high here of 3785. 3785. So it still has a larger difference. And listen, that being said, Ripple as well. Ripple as well at 29 cents. If you tell me Ripple's trading at 80 cents, I it's not something that would be surprising. You see what I mean? Now, this is just on potential. That doesn't mean that it's actually going to happen. It doesn't actually mean that, the fundamentals or the technicals are there. I'm just basing this idea strictly off the fact that these are blue chip coins that appear to stay around, that they appear that they're going to be staying around, and there's still a significant difference between the current price and the all-time high. Again, those coins that I'm seeing reflecting those traits are Ether, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, EOS. But, with EOS, it's still a young gunner. So, I would tread lightly. And then, of course, Cardano. Cardano is one that is down 94% from its all-time high. As much as I want to say, I'm still waiting around for Cardano, I think there's still room for it to grow. That being said, there is good news with Cardano. They're going to release the new Ouroboros protocol. Ouroboros is their staking platform or their staking technology. So let's see what's going on here. The launch of Cardano Shelly mainnet may challenge the superiority of Ether as the most anticipated release of 2020. Now it's come one step closer. Tim Harrison, Marketing and Communications Director at Cardano, confirmed that a brand new Ouroboros Byzantine fault tolerance consensus protocol will be released tomorrow. Okay? This is the bridge to decentralization as it is. I believe that Cardano is a bit centralized. They haven't even released a mainnet. Okay. So, this being said, on just the hype alone, if they actually release a mainnet or something they're going to do it, guys. I mean, I know it's been a lot of promises, but I think they're going to eventually do it. That coin could go, if you tell me it went to 30, 40 cents, I wouldn't doubt it, being that it's all-time high is over $1. So let's see, if it actually delivers a functioning, working product, I would have assumed the price has room to grow, excuse me. So, that's something to consider. Now, I want to be clear, boomers. I want to say this, and I'm going to say this on all the broadcasts. Champagne's not your crypto daddy. I'm not a crypto pro. I don't know if it's going up or down. Okay, so, relax out there. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin forms key bullish pattern that doubled BTC's value. Possible run to 20K. I've been hearing these possible runs to 20K. Guys, and I got to tell this to everybody that's writing these articles. Let's conquer 10K for 6 months before we start talking about 20K. Okay? Let me link to the Cardano release here. Is their Shelly mainnet. Boom. And let me link this other article that I'm covering from CoinGape. Cardano's not challenging ETH. Don't believe the hype. No, I don't think that they are at all. Especially, they don't even have any functioning dApps. What I'm saying here is that there's a big difference between the all-time high and the current price. And if they do deliver even a little something or even a rumor that, the price it has room to grow, it appears. Now, as far as superiority or whether it's actually challenging, listen, guys, they don't have anything working right now. They're still in diapers and training wheels out there. So, Lucian thinks Tron's a joke. I mean, I don't think so. I think that, I don't know as far as the technicals, how the code is written out. My understanding is that it's a possibility he could have stole that code from something else. I've heard the rumors of that. But, if you listen to Sun, I think that there's something there. I think that, his intent is to boom. Okay, he's making movements. So whether it's good or bad, I don't hold bags. But I'm more excited about Justin Sun getting behind Steemit than Ned Scott being behind Steemit to keep it 1,000. Now, if I'm going to go out of my way, start stacking Tron bags, probably not. I've told you guys before, I think Tron looks a little Chinese scammy to me, but, that's my opinion. Yeah, ETH is the best right now. It has all the major dApps. Yeah, I mean, it's still not running as good as other smart contract platforms. Even my understanding is that, some of these smart contracts may be running better on Tron or EOS, but they don't have the confidence that users have in ETH. And there's a lot more talent over there on ETH. So, it is what it is. It doesn't have to be that one is better than the other. I'm just talking about what coins could grow in price. We've already learned that necessarily that price doesn't have to do with, technicals. Look at Satoshi Vision, guys. It's a top 5 coin, and there's people that don't believe the hype. So, sub to Oscar Olivares. That Lucian saying Ether is more behind. They need to release 2.0 and POS. I agree, but again, like I just said, does technicals really drive price right now? Not entirely. Ether, Tezos, and Cardano will be the platforms of the future. Let's see. It looks promising. Tron ain't a white paper like Cardano. It's being used with real online casinos, real money flowing. That's true. I mean, there's actual real money flowing and there's something being used. Now, whether, it's superior technology or whether, he's honest or not, I have no idea, and I don't even care. Right. Exactly. Cardano's all speculation. Now, that being said, again, I'm not talking about the technicals. I'm saying Cardano was once $1 something, and they were not even as far along the line as there are right now. And right now it's only it's less than 10 cents. So don't you think that there's some room to grow, even if, especially if they're going to actually deliver something? Right now they're, delivering the new Ouroboros. I think that there's just room to grow regardless whether they're good or not. That's just the way I'm looking at it. And Tezos is looking strong. I mean, I need to learn more about Tezos. Someone pointed me in the direction of these Tezos dApps, but I forgot the website, to be honest with you. But it's something to consider. And Tezos, apparently, you can stake on Coinbase. So, that's attracting users. I'm over the casino and gambling trash. So am I, but not everybody else is. So, that's something to consider. And I think that's something that's always going to be around. I don't think that, you're going to rid all blockchains of gambling or casinos. And that's not even my intent either. I don't care, So someone's going to be dealing in that. So, it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, Tron definitely has cash flow. That's apparent. So that's why I'm paying attention to it. I've always told you guys, I'm like, oh, it looks a little Chinese scammy. I don't know, but then I always still look, and I pay attention. I'm not gonna just throw it out the window. And I've been looking at that Wink too, Marlon. I know you mentioned it a few times, and I know that's Tron base, and it certainly does seem attractive. But yeah, don't worry, Marlon. You don't got to convince us about Tron. That's apparent. Lucian saying Cardano second in my portfolio. I think it will go up a lot. If just on hype, all-time high was over $1. When Shelly is out, smart contracts, Coinbase custody, and staking, I think price will be back to all-time high or more. Right. I agree to a certain extent. Like whether it's going to work or not, or whether it's better or not, I'll just leave that aside. I think on hype alone, I mean, if it went over $1 before, I mean, what if they actually have something that works even halfway? I think that there's room to grow. I agree. As much as I've been critical of Cardano, I mean, I call it the blockchain in diapers with training wheels. It is what it is. But I do recognize that just off hype alone, it may go up. Just off hype, guys. We don't gotta. I think some people think that price is directly correlated to technicals of if something is superior with technology, and that doesn't mean nothing. Bitcoin is not the superior blockchain, yet it is the superior in market value. So don't get married to the technicals out there, guys. It's just not that's not the only thing that's driving price. And don't let that blind you. Just because the chain may not have all the technicals, maybe some hype will drive the price, as we've seen with other coins. It's something to consider. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to Cardano, it's still in diapers, guys. EOS works, and they're losing users and daily cash volumes to Tron and ETH daily. Yeah, I don't know if that's true. I know at one point they took a lot of market share from ETH and Tron, but I don't know what's happening as of late. I haven't. I mean, I still got tokens over there, but I haven't been using any of the dApps lately. And I was for a second, but I'm not as of late. Exactly. McDonald's isn't the best restaurant, but it's the biggest and most profitable. Exactly. You hit it right there on the head, Marlon. Marlon's taking up the whole chat box again, but he's saying something that's true. Marlon gets excited, man. Marlon, you're taking the whole chat box up again. But you're right. McDonald's isn't the best restaurant, but it's the biggest and most profitable. I think price will reflect a lot of things like tech, team, developers, network, effect marketing. Says Lucian. And as it is right now, but I think some people are underestimating hype. They get mad, like some people they're like, well, that's not the better chain. It shouldn't go up in value. And they get so married to, these technicals and, whether the coin is like part of their team or, guys, don't fall in love with any of these coins. They, some can boom, some can doom, and you just got to keep your eyes and your ears open. Indeed. Shout out to Marlon, Lucian, Derek, and the rest of the pumpers out there. Guys, follow me on D-Live. I know I've been telling you guys I'm going to come back on D-Live this week to do one of these things that make you go, stream. And I owe you guys one. So, if I'm not firing it up today, I will very soon. Okay? Things that make you go, I want you guys thinking for yourself out there. So I did share this Cardano release Ouroboros protocol. I did share this. And this article, of Bitcoin going to 20K, I don't know if this is a Fiverr article. They said Golden Cross and El Bitcoin, says Gustavo. Trade it, don't date it. I like that one, Marlon. Let me drop a bomb for that. Don't fall in love with Dan Larimer. You're right. Trade it, don't date it. In the words of Da Vinci. See, yeah, I think I subbed to that guy, but I really don't listen that much. So I don't know if that was his lingo, but I like it. I don't think that's an accurate example for crypto because at least McDonald's makes a profit. Tron coins have no equity. I don't know. I see where you're going through, where you're headed to, but I think you're looking at it too deep. Just look at the actual example. It's not the best blockchain, but sometimes the price goes up. That's it. I think you're looking at it too deep. You want to make everything comparable. Every beat doesn't need to be comparable. I look who's represented at Davos in Switzerland, who has a Swiss foundation is Crypto Valley, and who have a Swiss foundation in Crypto Valley and Innovate. Those will be the winners. So far, I think are Ethereum, EOS, Tezos, and Cardano. And those seem like pretty legitimate products. But, that being said, I wouldn't sleep on Tron as much as people think that, it is or it isn't. I think that this guy, Sun, I think that he's here to boom for himself. And I think he appears to be a winner, to tell you the truth. I still got an eye on him. He may be Kami related, or he appears to be, but I don't think he wants to lose. Put it that way. He don't seem like a loser. I'll take a few more comments and questions. I want to keep this one short. If there's not any like breaking news or anything, unless we go off on a tangent with these things that make you go, I want to keep these broadcasts to 20, 30 minutes. Sometimes we go for like an hour and a half. One time we went like 2 hours, but usually when we go that long, it's because we started on a tangent and we start talking about other topics of discussion. But I like that. Trade it, don't date it. I like that. Coins that make a profit or coins that solve a huge problem will win. Yeah, maybe for the long term, but even on the short term, has SV made a profit or solve a problem? Not really, but it went up. That's the point I'm trying to make here. Not always. It's not always the coins that are making a profit or that are solving problems that go up in value. And I think that rubs people the wrong way because they don't want to, they don't want that to be true, but it is. SV is a top 5 coin, whether you like it or whether he's fake Toshi or not. Now, is that a long-term thing? Probably not. I don't think so. But, you got to pay attention. If a country wants an ID system or something that requires a lot of security, do those will build on Tron? Those choose the best tech, and that's where the big money will come from. You do have a point, but that doesn't mean that that's the only target market, a country that wants an ID. That's not the only target market for blockchains. I'm not trying to follow who's best. I'm on that which is profitable. There you go. And I can respect that. Some people are just trying to find out who's technically the best, and they think that who's technically the best is going to be the most profitable. And we see that in real life, that's not the truth. And some people feel some type of way because Bitcoin Satoshi Vision's top 5. Guys, you got to deal with it. It's not, life ain't fair. It ain't fair out there. Okay, guys? Sorry to break it for you guys. It isn't going to be fair all the time, guys, even in the markets. The most profitable dApps are built on Tron, whether you like it or not. I don't know if that's true, but I know that there's stuff going on. So, I haven't verified that, but maybe it is true. And again, it doesn't have to be whether Tron is better than Cardano or Tezos or, like you said, trade it, don't date it. Is it going to boom or not? Is it going to go up or do they, you got to consider that. And if you don't want to consider that and you want to solely trade on fundamentals, then do that as well. And just, but don't hate on the opposite, because the fact is that life ain't fair, guys. And if just because you're playing everything fair, don't get mad when someone wins by not being fair. I was now I'm going biblical on you guys. I was reminded of the story of Jacob and how do you pronounce it? Esau. And Jacob ended up getting all the inheritances, from his father, his inheritance. I know I'm mispronouncing that. The point being is that he deceived his way to get that inheritance. And he kind of tricked and he wasn't honest, but he ended up with the blessing somehow. And, sometimes it's not always the honest, it's just, I'm going to break down that story on another one, but it's something that made me think that just because, that sometimes things are not fair, bottom line. Sometimes things are not fair, guys. I'm going to read that story a little bit more. I'm going to break it down for you guys. I know I broke down a couple of verses for you guys last time, but there's one I came across recently, and I started breaking it down, and I was like, wow, it's true, like sometimes things are not fair, even in the good book. I also think all POS coins in the long term might offer a great passive income with no need to sell. I don't know about all of them, but, maybe many of them. Yeah. And that's something maybe you and Marlon can agree on. I know Marlon's been patiently waiting for Ether to move over to POS because he's a believer in this POS. But that's what it is, guys. It's not always fair. And don't be out there trying to be the judge, jury, and executioner. Don't be the one that's trying to make everything fair. Just go about your way and, do you clean your room first. And if you don't want to throw money on Tron because it doesn't follow your fundamentals, then boom. But don't get mad if someone else wins on Tron. That's the point. These companies aren't public. You don't know all their profits, says Derek McLean. Yeah, you guys are arguing over there whether Tron is this or that. It doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter. A lot of that DApp information, though, is public because those smart contracts are all on the blockchain. That's the whole point of blockchain, that you can identify it. As far as, I don't know how much, not their profits, but, the traffic of the smart contracts. But yeah, big shout out to Derek, Marlon, Lucian, and the rest of the boomers. What did you miss, Slice Keeper? Not much. And, bottom line here is that everything's going up. They're shooting back up. Some are going faster than others. And the point that I think I'm trying to bring home is that blockchain and the markets aren't fair. Sometimes Satoshi Vision will go to the top 5 coin, even though there's better tech or there's more honest tech out there. So it's not about whether this coin is better than the other. You got to look at each coin separately and ask yourself, is there a reason for this to go up, whether I like it or not? And some people don't want to invest in that, and that's fine, using those methods. Then stick to the fundamentals and just hold down the blue chippers. I mean, it's kind of how I do it. I don't complain about these alts. I get, most of my bags in Bitcoin, and I hold down. And if some alts win or some alts don't, I'm not feeling some type of way. It may have been a better strategy for the champ to have put most of his portfolio in something like Binance or Tezos. But, it doesn't really fall in line with what the fundamentals I'm trying to follow with crypto. So I do got Binance and bags, but, I'm holding bits. But am I mad at those that, am I mad at Derek because he held more Binance? No, Marlon's getting daily dividends from these dApps, and he's buying more ETH daily. There you go. Yeah, it doesn't have to matter whether the dApps are up or running. I mean, I think that it's if you're making a dividend and if it's working for you, kaboom. I'm sure you're making money, but who knows how much these top exchanges are banking in. That doesn't concern you, though. That's the problem. Here, you're worrying about another man's bag instead of focusing on yours. You're still worrying about these exchanges and how about somebody else, what they're doing, instead of focusing more on your bag. Don't worry about if another coin boomed more or if an exchange made more than you or not. What are you doing to kapump? That's all that really matters. And we know that the exchanges are raking and baking. That's a given. But instead of, hating and focusing our energy on that, is Tron going to boom or not? Is Cardano got room to grow or not? Those are the better questions. Of course the exchanges are funny bunny. Guys, you're dealing in currency. By definition, there's going to be some funny bunny, guys. Shout out to the 24 concurrent viewers. 24 concurrent viewers out here. But yeah, I want to get deeper in that story between Jacob and Esau. I think it's how you pronounce it. But there were twin brothers, and Jacob was the older. No, Esau was the older, and he was promised the inheritance. But then Jacob, he got Esau to sell him his inheritance for one meal because he was desperate one day. So, don't let your hunger and your thirst let you get scammed out of your inheritance is basically the story. And although he was dishonest on how he did it, somehow he ended up with God's grace and the inheritance. So on the surface, the story doesn't seem fair, is what I'm trying to say. But you got to look deeper into it and don't worry about whether this is fair or not. You got to worry about what the big plan is. Always 100, champ. Yeah, you know it. Tron is making the most money. Yeah, he meant blockchains. He wasn't comparing them to exchanges. He's talking about blockchains. So, I'm sure that the exchanges are more. It doesn't matter whether one is making more than the other. It's not. Are we here to correct each other and make sure everybody's right or wrong, or are we here to kaboom, and follow the right path? Sometimes there's going to be little mistakes here. Yeah, is it the most is it making more money than the exchanges? I don't know, but the point he's trying to make is that it's pumping. Derek's asking which coins does Marlon likes. Marlon always tells us the coins he had. Marlon is very vocal. Very, very, very vocal. And he's mentioned Wink in the past too. And a few coins that I tell him, Marlon, I'm not interested. But am I mad at him and I tell him don't do that or, get out of here with that coin? No. Sometimes I know Marlon shielded me some little coins out there. And I'm like, Marlon, that's not one. That one's not for me. And I keep moving. I'm not mad at him. Nor do I try to, argue whether the coin is good or bad with him or not. I mean, it's like, it doesn't build for the long term to argue with stuff like that. He likes ETH, Tron, Maker, Link, RLC, 0x, Kyber Network. Which one's RLC again? I'm going blank on RLC. Yeah, you mentioned that. I don't know much about that, but I like those coins. 0x, I was a little more bullish on in the past. Kyber Network, I've talked well about. That one's on our watch list. Maker, of course, the DeFi. TRX, you know how I feel at TRX, guys? I'll continue to say it. To me, it still feels a little Chinese scammy, but I got to agree it's moving. And I listened to Justin Sun the other day, and I'm like, he doesn't seem like a loser. He seems like he wants to win. Slice Keeper says AGI. Never heard of that one, AGI. And then finally Wink, which you've mentioned before. But yeah, guys, I'm going to tune this one down. I said I wanted to keep it between 20 and 30. We're above 30 already. So, let's go ahead and cut it off. Thanks to the 25 viewers. Follow me on DLive. I may do a surprised stream over there. You never know. In order to get the post notifications from DLive, you need to download the app to get those post notifications. And unlike YouTube, you actually get notified. With YouTube, you may or may not. That's the thing with YouTube. You never know. Shout out to the boomers out there. I'm going to go ahead and enjoy the rest of my day as I heal my my cupping bruises. I told you yesterday I did the cup. Well, not yesterday. I think it was on Monday I did the cupping. They left my back bruised. If you don't know about cupping, let me show you an example. Cupping therapy. show you the pictures. My back looks like this. Am I showing you my screen? No. There it is. So my back right now is looking like this with these bruises. Cupping therapy. You can see Michael Phelps did it before he won the Olympics. This is basically what it is. Suction cups on your back, and it draws blood to the affected area. I'm going to keep it honest with you guys. I don't know if this necessarily, if I experienced the benefit from this. I'll be honest with you. Today they asked me, so one of the assistant therapists, they're like, oh, how did you feel with the cupping? And I'm like, honestly, I don't know. If it's good or bad, I really didn't feel much. Like, alleviation after the fact. Now, that scraping, where they get like a metal device and they scrape your scar tissue, hurts a lot more, but I find it to be more effective. Peace, Reverend Champagne. I'm going to start calling you the good Rev Doctor. There you go. All right, Marlon. Shout out to you. Peace to you, Marlon. Muffin McPuffin says, what's up? Shout out to you. Twins Record says up or down. Right now it's going up, but you never know. It can go down. I mean, we don't know. If we all knew exactly, we would have thrown the whole bags on it, and we've already would have been crypto millionaires by now. On that note, I'm out of here. Shout out to the boomers. That's ancient Chinese medicine champ. It works. Yeah, I heard about that. I first seen this in like an acupuncture place, but they're doing it in the physical therapy office now. And I'm being honest from my own experience. I got my whole back looking like this guy right now. Did I really experience anything different? Not really. I mean, I have a little more mobility, but you could argue that mobility would have been there regardless, because I'm improving every day. So, I'm not hating against it though. I'll try it out again. It was definitely the first time that I've been cupped. Yeah. And on that note, guys, I'm out of here. I'm going to go enjoy my day. Stay strong. Make sure you do all that you need to do. Put some weight on the bar. And drink clean water. Guys, I don't know how important it is to tell you guys to get some clean water. Get yourself a good water filter. I know I've shilled the Berkey filter before. I don't have the link here, but I can't recommend it enough. That Berkey water filter is a gravity filter, and takes out all the fluoride and most of the bad metals. And, that one's a little pricey. It's $300 plus. But there's another one called the Zero Water Filter. That one strips everything. I don't know how effective it is or not, but I like the fact that it strips fluoride. And that one's like $30. Just make sure you're cleaning the water and you're drinking good water out there, guys. Start, good water, good air, some sunlight, good breath. The basics out there. The basic ASICs out there, guys. On that note, I'm out of here, guys. Stay strong. I may or may not do a pop-up stream on DLive for surprise, but whether I do or don't, I will be back tomorrow here on the tube spreading that good crypto word. Stay strong out there. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in.